guys, it's Mrs. Millison. Okay, we're going to do the check your understanding on page 37. I'm not going to write anything for this one. We're just going to talk through it. Okay, for statistics class project, Jonathan and Crystal hosted an ice cream eating contest. Yay. Each student in the contest was given a small cup of ice cream and instructed to eat it as fast as possible. Oh my gosh, talk about brain freeze. Jonathan and Crystal then recorded each contestant's gender and time in seconds as shown in the dot plots. Compare the distributions of eating times for males and females. Let me zoom in a little bit on this. Okay, so let's compare the distribution. When we compare distributions, we have to talk about four things: shape, outliers, center, and variability, okay? So it's just like the SOX acronym in the first chapter you read, but instead of the second S for spread, we're going to talk about variability. Variability and spread is the same thing, okay? So if you want to continue to use SOX, that's fine with me. So the first thing is shape. All right, so let's say the distribution of ice cream eating times for females does look right skewed, okay, because that one's kind of pulling it out. You know, it's slightly right skewed. Doesn't look like there's a clear peak, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's unimodal. Now, the distribution of ice cream eating time for males is definitely right skewed and it is unimodal with a peak at about, I don't know, what is that, 17 or 18 seconds, okay? So they're both right skewed. Okay, so we'll use some comparison words. Both distributions are right skewed. However, the male distribution is clearly unimodal with a peak at about 18 seconds, and the distribution of female eating times, it does not have a clear peak. It doesn't appear to be unimodal. Okay, so that's shape. Outliers. Okay, so O of our SOX. The distribution of female ice cream eating times appears to have an outlier. The person that took, I don't know, about 107 seconds to eat their ice cream cone appears to be an outlier. The distribution of the eating times for the males does not appear to have an outlier, okay? And again, we'll quantify all this stuff coming up. SOX, S-O-C, center, okay? So center is roughly in the middle, okay? Didn't really tell us how many people we could count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's 29 females, so the center is roughly the 15th one in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the 15th in, so the center or the middle value, the middle observation for the female ice cream eating times is about 45 seconds, okay? So we would say that was the typical amount of time that it took a female to eat the ice cream, about 45 seconds. Where the males, I already counted, there's 35 dots here, okay? So let's see, what's the middle of 35? I have to count in 17 and 17, so it would be the 18th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's those little dots right there. I don't know, what is that? Roughly 20 seconds, not quite in the middle. So maybe roughly 20 seconds. So the typical male in this group took about 20 seconds to eat his ice cream, okay? Whereas opposed the typical female took about 45 seconds to eat her ice cream. So the male ice cream eating time is definitely less than the female ice cream eating time, okay? Or we can say the females took longer than the males to eat their ice cream, okay? So that's our center. We just looked at the middle, the median. And then the last one for SOX would be spread, or we can talk about it in terms of variability. So really all spread and variability mean is how spread out or how varied is the data. Well, we can totally glance and see that the distribution of the female ice cream eating times is much more spread out. It has a much greater variability than the male ice cream eating times. So the female ice cream eating times goes from about, I don't know, maybe 13 seconds to about 106 seconds, where the male distribution only goes from about, I don't know, 10 seconds to about 48 seconds or something like that, or maybe 50 seconds. So it's much tighter, okay? This variability is much smaller. This variability is larger, okay? So there's a lot more variety in the data for the female ice cream eating times than there is for the male, okay? And we'll talk about what that means, okay, and how we can use that information, how we can use all the information, the shape, outliers, center, and spread or variability to make decisions later on. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.